Hello my friends, and welcome to my kitchen. It is Monday, March the 13th. We're almost halfway through the month. Can you believe it? It's like it just started and we're already halfway through the month. So if you're on, say hi. If you're watching this on the replay, hashtag replay. I am streaming this to both my VIP page as well as to my YouTube channel. So hello everyone. We're doing something quick and simple tonight. Last night I made, what did I make? I made hearty beef and barley soup last night. It was delicious. I have leftovers in the fridge for dinner tonight. I took some up to Carol's for Carol and her husband for dinner. So yeah, I'm super excited to hear their feedback on it. It was delicious. Hello, Mr. Marshall. So I am... what am I doing tonight? I am just going to put together a dessert, a quick dessert. We're going to make some citrus lime cheesecake. So we're going to do that in a quick hurry. All right. So half of this, we're going to use a crust. We're going to put in our muffin makers, and we're going to use a graham cracker crust in half. The other half, we're not going to use a crust at all. So, because I only had so many graham crackers. So, all right. So I've just dumped the remaining graham crackers in there, which is about a half a cup. We're going to we have a brick of softened cream cheese. And if you haven't seen how I soften that, I just pulled it out of the fridge, took it out of its packaging, put it on a plate, and tossed it into the microwave for 30 seconds. And it's softened to room temperature. Into the bowl it goes. And we're going to get that beaten up with our citrus lime cheesecake top. So before I do that, I want to do the crust for the first muffin maker. So like I said, we have about a half a cup, maybe a little bit more of graham cracker crumbs. We're going to sweeten that, but we're not going to sweeten it with sugar tonight. I'm going to add just a tablespoon of our summer berry dip mix, because that'll make it sweet enough. All right. You could use any of them. You could use the baked apple. You could use this cran apple. You could use our Cocoa Crunch if you have that one. You could use the pina colada if you have that one. Any one of them is going to flavor this up just a little bit. Okay, so in that goes. We'll give that a little bit of a stir. We're then going to add some melted butter. So I did about 2 tablespoons, or just under a quarter of a cup of melted butter. We're going to toss that in there. And then we're just going to stir up our crumbs. So that's just going to make our nice little crust for the bottom of some of our cheesecakes. And then I'm just going to put it into our muffin maker. And I should be using a fork with this, but I was a little lazy and didn't want to run over and get one. So, my measuring spoon, my measuring spoon is doing a pretty good job here. Now I may have enough crust for more than half, but I'm just going to put about a tablespoon of the crust, maybe a little bit more, into the wells of each of these. And it's just enough to make a bottom crust for your cheesecake. And we may have enough to do all 12 of these, or at least 8 of them maybe. So let's see. All right, so there's 6. And I think that one needs a little bit more. I think the rest of them are good. All right, so let's get the rest of this. No sense in wasting it. So we'll just measure off. However much we have is how many crusts we're going to use. And if you don't have enough crust, which we're not going to, then you can just put the filling in there because I'm going to pop these into the freezer, they are going to come out like a frozen little treat. So no crust required. If you're not a graham cracker fan, you could use chocolate crumbs. If you're not a chocolate fan, you could use, you don't have to use any crumbs, I think is the point I was trying to make there. So we're going to have two with no crust. So that's good. All right. Now, that being said, I'm going to grab my little tool, my Pampered Chef tool. You could use just a spoon to punch these down. I just happen to have this little Pampered Chef dowel, and I'm not even sure, I think it's a Pampered Chef dowel. You can buy them at Kitchen Stuff Plus or any place like that, but it's very handy when you're making pastry or crust like this, because it just evens them out for you. All right, so, and it's quick. You've seen me use it. If you've seen me do the summer berry cheesecake with the chocolate brownie crust, you've seen me use this because it flattens down those 1 bite or 2 bite chocolate brownies very well. Yeah, so that's our crust done and ready to go. So we're just going to let that sit aside for a minute while we make up our filling. So there's our crusts. I don't know if you can see them. They're nice and flat. They're nice and ready to go, all down on the bottom, and we're laughing. All right. Okay, so in the bowl I have 1 brick of softened cream cheese, and I'm just going to beat that up with our beater. And it comes together so quickly when you have room temperature cream cheese. And it doesn't fly all over your counter. Now I don't have any limes to do any lime zest in this, but that's okay, you don't need it. You can definitely use it. But we're just going to use our citrus lime cheesecake package. And you could use the summer berry. You could use our lemon curd package. You could use our summer berry, our berry swirl cheesecake. You could use our chocolate mud pie. Make it into a chocolate cheesecake. These desserts are so versatile when it comes to mixing them with a brick of cream cheese. I could add to this yogurt and lighten it up a bit. I'm not going to. Of course I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it full fat. So we're going to use some whipping cream. Alright, so we're going to get that package mixed in with our cream cheese. And with these, you really want to scrape down the sides of your bowl because you want to make sure everything gets incorporated. You don't want a cheesecake bite that is just full of cream cheese and no seasoning. All right, so we'll get that mixed down there. Now I'm going to add to this bowl 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, or just whipping cream, I guess, but heavy whipping cream. Oh, my nose is itchy. All right, we're going to use 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. We're going to just pour that into our bowl. And when you do this, you want to make sure that you start your beaters on low, because otherwise you're going to get whipping cream all over you and your countertop and your kitchen. Or at least I do. All right. Okay, so let's get that on low. Get it mixed in with our cream cheese and our seasoning package. And you'll see it start to come together. It starts to thicken up with the cream cheese, and then you know you can actually turn it off. just really whipping that cream with the cream cheese. You're just going to give a nice fluffy, almost whipped cream texture. And that's that. So, I know I've got people out there that would like to lick the beaters, but yeah, nobody's here. All right, so we are going to take some of that deliciousness and just pop it into our wells. And I'm just actually gonna grab a, where's my, there it is. So I have just a, almost a spatula, but it's got a little spoon on the end of it, which is helpful to get this into my wells. Now, I could use my ice cream scoop and do it evenly, but hey, we're just gonna have some fun here. So these are citrus, our no-bake citrus cheesecake, citrus lime cheesecake with a summer berry graham crust. So they're going to go into the fridge or into the freezer. If they go into the freezer, they're going to go in there for about an hour. They're going to go into the fridge probably here. They're going to go overnight. But they should set up within the hour. They should set up well enough that you could pop them out and actually enjoy them. Now, a fast, quick dessert, you can make this at any point in time and pop it into the fridge, and within an hour you've got a delicious dessert coming out of the fridge or the freezer. Absolutely delicious. Now, these are overstuffed, and I've filled all the ones with the crust, and I have probably enough to do one without a crust. So we actually did well. All right, my trick, you can bang them down a bit just to get that a little bit even. And this one, those in there. And we'll get the last out of this bowl of all this deliciousness. And it's just going to go into one of these wells that doesn't have any crust. And you will not know once you've actually, unless you mark it, you will not know when you put it in the freezer which one has a crust or which one doesn't, or which one does not have the crust, I guess. But that's okay. It's going to pop out like a little frozen treat if you put it in the freezer. If you put it into the fridge, it will pop out just like a little cream cheese ball. You could have it with, you could actually use some graham cracker cookies and use it like a cheese ball. Spread it onto your graham cracker cookies. Yeah, delicious. All right, there you have our citrus lime individual cheesecakes, ready to go into the freezer or the fridge, and they should be ready. If you're putting them into the freezer, they will be ready within the hour. If you're putting them in the fridge, they'll still be ready within the hour. They just won't be solid, okay? They'll be more like a slice of cheesecake. All right. That's what I have for you tonight. So thank you for joining me. I'm sorry I was late, but that is our citrus lime individual cheesecakes ready to go. Delicious. A dessert in 15-20 minutes, and we're good to go. All right, guys, have a wonderful evening. I think I'm on tomorrow think tomorrow is actually National Pie Day, and we are going to make tomorrow, we're going to make our chocolate mud pie. So come back and join me tomorrow. I'm going to do a twist on that, and we'll do a frozen chocolate mud pie treats, almost like popsicles. So come back and join me tomorrow, and we'll make those. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.